Okay, it's pretty much exactly where we left off. This is going to be the mid-game for Jack 20%, so we'll go from here to rescue Lurkers, which is about... So at this point, in my runs, it'd be about 18 minutes in, something like that. If we look at my splits, the split we're on right now, we've just done bomb bots, 18 minutes 39 is my PB for bomb bots. This is class 2. This is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get straight into this, you know. Beautiful beverage. Anyway, so we're gonna go from class 2 to rescue Lurkers. So we're 18 minutes in. This should take us to around about. Well, we'll check the PB after rescue Lurkers. 41 minutes. So from 18 minutes into the run to 41 minutes into the run. Around that time. So yeah, let's, we're vibing. We're doing the big vibes. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Now there are two ways to do class 1. Well, class 2. I like to hop over that guy. Gonna just continue this way. I'll show you the shortcuts I take when I take them. I'm going to do the new version of the lap skips though. You can either do it normally, which is very, very fine. Like, these lap skips are not for everyone. So what the new version of the lap skips are, pretty much when I go over this hill, I'll try my best to explain it now. We go over this hill, we angle ourselves in a specific way, and then we use a boost. So we're over this hill, I'm going to slow down completely, going to angle myself upwards, and then land over here. That is a slow version of doing it, but it's consistent. So we're going to go over this way. We're going to go over this way, we're going to jump. We're going to slow down, land in the ditch, boost. That was oh god. That has a chance to happen. That was a that was a faster version of it, and I believe that's the version Luigi goes for, but like a lot more successful than I can do it. So we're gonna slow down. I like to take the time to set up, so we set up and then we zoom, we boost. I am pulling all the way up until I'm at like basically full height. So, to start, we're going to take this shortcut again. Be careful of the other races is the only advice I can really give here. Going to line it up again. Jump up. Turn to the left if you can. Go this way. Do another jump, and then it's the final lap. Going to slow down. I paused. Okay. You know what? We'll do it again. It's fine. That was a really not great version of it, and I exploded there anyway, so I would have to start again anyway. But we're gonna just jump over this guy. Grab if we can grab that boost. We can use it just to get a little bit of ways ahead. The races are your worst nightmare on this map, on this level, honestly. So I will show you the slower version if I can. So we're going to go over this hill, we're going to slow down, we're going to land up here, and then we're going to push upwards, like that. As long as your zoomer is pointing up beforehand, that's the best case scenario. Zoomer is pointing upwards beforehand. So we're going to slow down, zoomer's pointing upwards, we're going to jump as well. I forgot to mention that. You can do a little hop with L1 or R1. You can do a little hop, and then you'll land perfectly fine there. Just to get the extra height. The hop is just for the extra height. So I'm going to let this guy go past. We're going to angle ourselves up, zoom, and then jump. I like to jump and zoom at the same time. It can be quite helpful. Just going to take this one again. I'm pulling back here, by the way, whenever I jump, just so I can get the extra distance. Going to line it up again, jump and zoom. There you go, there's the lap skip. And then one final one. Slow down. Line up, jump. And boom. That's the end of it. That's the end of the class 2 race. You can either do it that way, which is, it's a more consistent, easier way of doing the lap skips, because the lap skips were, ooh, pardon me, lap skips are very nice, you know, very pog. They're fast, they're kind of safe, the new versions, they're easy to do-ish. If I can do them, anyone can do them, realistically, like, let's just be real here, you know. Anyway, you know. That's just what I'm saying, really. It's either that, oh god, I just banged my elbow, ow. It's either that, or you do the race normally, which is completely fine. It just doesn't really matter, the lap skips are there just to help. It is worth practicing them, I would say, but obviously you don't have to. Hitting that guard there is optimal, because, you know, it gives you a little bit of a damage boost. It's not, don't hit that guard there. Okay, we're gonna grab a Zuma. Gonna grab a Zuma, and then this is the PeaceMaker mission, which isn't too bad. It's not bad at all. So what we're gonna do is, I like driving below here sometimes. I like driving below here just to avoid all of the traffic, but I'm gonna go back this way a little bit. I like driving below here just to avoid all of the traffic. I'm gonna go, pretend, okay, so we're gonna pretend I've just exited the stadium, blah blah blah, right? Okay, whoa, I've just exited the stadium, just doing nothing, you know? So we're gonna go underneath here, underneath the bridge. Gonna turn to the right. Turn to the left a bit. There's a little bit of a faster way we can, not crash. Would be ideal. We can cut the corner and go this way by where this turret is, which is a little bit faster. Save you just a handful of time. Give me a Zuma. Save you just a little bit of handful of time. Now this is where Zuma launching will come into play. If you don't know what a Zuma launch is, I will show you pretty much. We're going to start in the lower hover zone. We're going to go up to the higher hover zone. That was very, very slow, and I don't think I did it properly, but that's pretty much what you do. Start in the lower zone, go up to the higher hover zone, jump and dismount the vehicle, kind of at the same time. And there's a reason we're going to do this, so if I do it like the way I do it, like that, we're going to pause when we're kind of high up here, right? Once the camera is high up here above Jack, we're going to restart the mission. We're going to restart the mission, and it takes us right here. Cheeky little death warp. Now, there are two ways we can do this. Now, there's a newer method, which I believe saves about 2 seconds. What you can do, you can hover over to the right over here. I believe it is. I'm going to do a free fall. Okay, I failed that. Lol. I don't do this in runs just because I can never seem to get it to work in runs, pretty much. But this is a hover that I personally experimented with ages and ages ago, but someone found a way to crack the code, you know? Found a way to get the death warp to work, so we're going to hover over to the right a little bit, and then we're going to drop the hover. We're going to die. And that will put us right here. But there is... Oops, don't hit the guard. There's another way you can do it if you don't feel like hovering. Because I know hovering can be very difficult. Hovering is the bread and butter of this run, by the way, so just keep that in mind. So we're gonna go back to where we were before. Oops. See all this time that it saves, though, like, you know, over just like jetboarding. So see, we're here, you know, we're on the jetboard, we're vibing. What you can do, you can do a few side flips. When you pass this vent, you can pause the game and then do another restart warp. Put you in the exact same place. So what we're gonna do a hover here. We're gonna go over to this section and do a hover. We're gonna go through this area. We're gonna go through this area. We're gonna keep this hover going. We're gonna go as high as possible, realistically. We're gonna drop the hover and then select pause. Drop hover again, select pause. Okay, I wasn't high enough to load it, but I'm gonna try that again. Pretty much, if you're... Oh. If you're high enough, the game crashes, apparently. That makes sense. Jesus Christ, yeah, no, don't report fag. Okay. Very pog. Very, very pog. Okay, I'll use this, this is an excuse to plug in the controller, because the controller needs charging still. Didn't put it on charge since the last recording, so... Okay, there you go, it's on charge. Okay. Gonna reduce the speech volume again. The missions are kinda linear, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go level select, and let me put it back in debug mode actually, really quick. So, up, down, left, right, x, square, circle, then circle, square, x, right, left, down, up. There you go. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna go back to level select. We're gonna go down here. The mission order is a little different, you see? The mission order is a little bit different. So what I'll do is... It's a little bit annoying without going through the entirety of the game again. Like... Pretty much what you want to do, I'll try my best to explain it. What you want to do, you want to hover up... Do you know what I'll do, actually? Really quick. The next mission is the Errol Race anyway, so what I'll do, I'll load the game. I'll load the game and I'll go to the palace real quick. This is one of my files. We're gonna go to the palace really quick. I could have def warped here just to save a little bit of time, but it's okay. Little unfortunate crash there, but you know, it's Jack 2, it happens. This is a hover we're gonna come back to in a minute, actually. Not too long from now. Okay, I've got guards on me, but I'm invulnerable, so it shouldn't matter. Okay, basically, what you're going to want to do. There's not going to be any visual indication for this, just because I don't have the mission selected. What you're going to want to do is, once you start the hover, going kind of more to the side this way is probably the best way to do this. Probably the best way to do this. We're gonna go kind of high. We're gonna drop the hover and then select pause. And it should spawn the, because we don't have the mission, it won't. It should spawn the gold light, and then we can just fall straight into the area. We can grab all the ammo in here, grab the PeaceMaker. Grab all the ammo in here, grab the PeaceMaker, and then we're fine. Select pre-start. I think they should put me... I don't know where this will put me. But we can then go to beat Errol in race challenge. Okay, so yeah, we've got the PeaceMaker, whatever, right? I'm gonna go back into the PeaceMaker room just in case, you know. Okay, there was a little unfortunate crash, but you know, happens. So, also I'm gonna go in here just to grab ammo because all the ammo I would have had is gone because I am mission selected. Ammo is important. It is very important that you grab as much ammo in here as possible, realistically, just so it makes like your life a little bit easier in an upcoming mission. So we've got the PeaceMaker. Pretend that, oh yeah, you've got the PeaceMaker, you just grabbed it, right? So what we can do, you don't have to do this, but it's like a little bit of a time save. We can go to the left here a little bit. We can do a hover on this side into the building, drop the hover, and now we're in. That's the mission. Now, the Errol Race is pretty self-explanatory. Just go for the rings. There's a way you can do it ringless, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I don't want this one to be as long as the last one. So what we can do, we can just drive through the rings, you know. Through sharp turns, just once you're turning into it, just spam your jump button. which spam either L1 or R1 when you're turning. I'll show you when it's on this upcoming turn, so you can do a really sharp, tight turn. Turn and then spam it, do a really tight turn. Really tight turn, really tight turn. This mission is mostly just about practice. Doesn't matter how fast you are in it, doesn't matter like whatever, you know. Also, because I kind of mission selected, I don't know if that will mess up the mission order a little bit. Because there's a certain order of mission, of ways that we can do the mission just because it's like a certain order we do the missions just because it's slightly faster, it's more convenient for us runners, you know. So careful of hitting any pedestrians and any vehicles because they are very annoying. Ugh. Okay, so yeah. Just make sure we're ahead of him at all times. This mission is just practice. The more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. It's also rubber banding as well. There's a lot of rubber banding in this mission. Errol will slow down if you're too slow, and he will speed up if you're too fast. So keep that in mind. He can also catch up by going out of bounds. The game will deload certain areas for him, so you can go out of bounds and catch up to you a little bit faster. You want to aim, if possible, for sub 2 minutes, but me crashing a few times there didn't really help that. There you go. And now we're off to the next mission. This one should be life seed, so what we're going to do, we're going to wait. Or we don't really need to wait, we just need the mission marker to appear. Just need the mission marker to appear, so... what we can do... There's a death warp that we can do here. We can hover over this area, fall into this area. It should load the mission anyway. Yep, there it is. We're going to do side flip here. We're going to just do a single jump and fall down here. And this will spawn us right near Dead Town, which is very nice. I really do not like that hover. It's not nice. I think there's another hover that you could technically do up here, but I've never experimented with it. Could skip the door opening sequence. Never really experimented with that one, but that's probably something that you can do. Do a little jump hover, jump board. I'm going to do another hover up here. Okay, I messed that up. I, for some reason, suck at this recently, so give me a second. Just the angle. The angle is all that matters, really, so we're going to do it again. There you go. Try and aim for the middle, if realistically, so we're going to go for the middle. Going to get back on the jet board, do an extended front flip into this area, and now we're here. So that's the life seed mission done. And what we can do from that, we can do what's called a ghost town. So we're going to hover from here. And then free fall. I'm practicing free falling, by the way. Free falling is when you hover. If you double tap, this thing, you'll do a free fall. You're able to control it. But usually, I just either dismount the jet board there. No, nothing seems like it's loaded, but this is perfectly fine because it just lets us hover freely, pretty much hover freely throughout the city without any problems. So this area, we're going to do a little hover over here. We're going to drop the jet board. Then we're going to fall. And that's going to put us here. We're going to do the little hop hover. Well, a little hop board. We're going to try and hover over here. This is the death warp from the very beginning of the game. We're going to fall down here, and then it's going to put us here. We're going to hop board again. And then do this hover that I did before to get back to the palace. There you go, we're over it now. We're going to land as close as possible to here, realistically, to the ramp, and then we're going to go this way to Onin's hut. We can cut corners here, but be careful you don't crash. Cyphals had a crash when he was doing that. So here's the Onin tent, you're just going to walk in here, you know. Say hello to Onin. And now we're going to go to the mountain temple. Well, we're going to go to Haven Forest, actually, but you know. Gonna do a cheeky hover here. Try and get as high as possible. You see I bounced there. The invisible wall extends really, really, really high there. So I'm gonna try it again because I actually suck. We're gonna do a really big hover. Just make sure you clear the invisible wall and then fall. And then you'll end up here. Just a nice little death warp. Saves a little bit of time. We're gonna go to the mountains mission. I've said that before. Oh, okay, that was pretty cool. We're gonna go to the mountains mission. We're gonna yeah, pretty much. There's a lot to pay attention to, kind of, and I'll try and explain why we're doing things. Hover over here, invisible wall again. Gonna land here. That might not work. It did. Okay, so that's just gonna spawn us here. I'll show you the backup for this as well. If I can, really quick. So say you you fail that death warp or whatever, doesn't really work out. There's a little backup that you can do, which can save you a little bit of time instead of going all the way around. You can so say you're like jetboarding through here, you can do a hover. You can do a hover over this wall into a freefall, and then there you go. You don't have to freefall, by the way, I'm just really experimenting with freefalling. Ooh, they can be quite quick. Quite nice. We're going to jump on this platform, and then we're just going to play the waiting game. Okay. So how you guys been? Okay. So there are two ways you can go about this now. This one now. You can either roll jump in here a little bit, then restart the mission. That will put you right by Samos, but it won't let you restart the mission after Samos. So it's completely up to you how you do it, but what I like to do, just because I really like jetboard movement, I don't do that. I want to do this. I want to do this properly to show off. Okay, so pretend I've just landed here. Yeah, okay, just landed here. Whatever. Right, we're on the jetboard. Right, okay, so we're gonna fall down here. I like to hover. Okay, never mind. That would have been so cool. I like to hover up here and then just get as much speed as possible. Just go over this way. You're probably wondering, oh, Rickon, why don't you just respawn? Or like, why don't you just restart warp? And it's so much easier if you said it can get you to, get it to Samos right away. It can, but it will stop us from doing what I'm going to do at the very end of this mission. Okay, what we're doing here, pretty much, I have quite a lot of ammo already. I had quite a lot of ammo already, so what we can do. The whole point of this mission, by the way, is to grab 10 PeaceMaker ammo. That's the whole point of this mission. But if you don't, you won't have that much ammo in the Vulcan Fury, especially if you've used it in either bombots or sewers. So that's why we grabbed ammo in the gun course. So what we can do, we can just punch and kick the guards. I'm full of ammo right now. Okay, let me just waste a little bit of ammo just for an example, right? Like, oh no, like I only have 140 ammo. Okay, so they're only gonna drop blue ammo. We're gonna try and pick up as much blue ammo as possible until they start dropping purple. But because I'm full on purple, they're not going to, pretty much. So we're just gonna need to take care of these guys, you know. Try not to be a dumbass and die like I tend to. Don't stand up there, it just gives them an easy target, I guess, you know. Okay, pretend I did this full health and I'm amazing. Okay. All of this is just protect Samos. It's pretty simple. Just kill everyone. Try not to let him get hit. There's better ways than doing this. I'm just picking up as much ammo as possible because, well, I don't really need it. I don't really need it, but like, you know, it's there kind of thing. That should be the last of them. If no more are spawning. Oh, okay, the cheeky guy down there. Now that should be the last of them. There you go. So after this cutscene, we're gonna wait a second and skip the cutscene. Now this is where we want to restart warp, because it'll put us right back to the start. I find that personally easier, but if you restart warp to get here in the first place, this won't work, so you'll have to jetboard all the way back, if that makes sense. So I didn't start warp, so I already land here, you know, very nice, and then we can just get straight onto this and then move on with our lives. Gonna move the camera slightly this way, and then pause the game just as we go through there. Gonna restart the mission. It saves us some travel time. We're gonna do another ghost town here, so we're gonna hover. We're gonna hover for a few seconds. I like to drop it around here. It's a little different depending on what console you're on. That works for me because the game loads quite quickly. The game loads quite quickly for me because I'm on a PS5. I'm gonna hover over here. To the right hand side of this tends to work best for me. I'm gonna jump and flip over to this area. And we're basically here. That was a little confusing, and I'll try my best to explain it pretty much. So we do the hover. We do the hover from the portal just so we can save a little bit of time, right? Saves a little bit of time, saves us jumping through the portal, waiting all the time for it to like put us out, waiting for the door to open, you know. Depending on your console, depends how well you can do that. Like there are different areas that you can land in, for example, like there's an area where you can land in before the airlock. Like it's just outside the airlock, sorry, and then it'll still let you like load at the area. It's confusing. Someone in the comments can probably answer any of them questions because I'm not really too familiar with that. That's the way I've always done it because it's easier. But yeah, then I did a hover to the right hand side of the barrel thing. Right hand side loads this area. Just a loading trigger for this area, and then I def warped to get to this area a little bit quicker to start the rescue lurkers mission. Now, yeah, it's not an easy hover, just a lot of practice just to get over that area, but that's why we ghost town. We do that hover as well. It doesn't just save time, it also helps us ghost town. So, yeah, ghost towning pretty much deletes everyone from the map. They no longer exist, pretty much. It's very pog. They no longer exist, and then they're, yeah, we just vibe at that point. It just makes hovering easier. There's not many other opportunities to do that in this run, I don't think, but, you know. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to grab the jetboard, and instead of rescuing lurkers, we're going to go to the left here. And I will show you why in just a second. You can grab a zoomer here if you really want, but I'm going to do another hover. Not get the guards on me. That would be unfortunate. I'm going to do another hover just to save a little bit of time. So you can either grab a zoomer and take the normal way, or you can do the PeaceMaker hover that we did before. But you can do the backup way to do the PeaceMaker hover. I didn't mention this actually. If you don't want to do the pause thing, you can land on the outside. Okay, pretend this is the PeaceMaker mission, right? You can land on the outside here, you can just go straight into the gun course, like, oh look, there's the gun course, gun's opening, and then there you go, it will work perfectly fine for you. Like, oh look, there's the PeaceMaker, yada yada yada, right? That's probably the best way to do it, if you're not comfortable doing that way. I forgot to mention that, but we're going to do the same here, just to get over to this side, we're going to go over here. That's a free fall, by the way. This is yeah, Ricky told me how to do a free fall. Ricky, great dude, go subscribe, leave his links in the description. There you go. Pretty much you spam X and you're able to free fall. So if I do like a really high hover, spam X, oh, I can control where I'm landing pretty much. Poor example, but whenever I say free fall, that's what I mean. I'm experimenting with free falls. That's the point there. Okay. So what we can do, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna talk to Vin. But notice the Lurker mission is still active. So we're gonna jump through the portal, and we're just gonna do this mission. So normally this mission is a long, like, obstacle course, or, like, all the way around the strip mine just to get to the top of there. It's a very fun mission. We're gonna skip that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drive up this ramp a little bit and completely fail the hover. Honestly, whenever my controller is plugged in, I just can't do this. I can't do any hover. Right, what's my controller charge at? 2 bars, it'll do. Right. So there's a number of ways you can do this. There's a safe method, which I used to do because I wasn't really comfortable doing the this method. There's a safe method. You can go over here. Go over here and then line up and then go hover, right? You can do that method, or you can do the quicker method, which is driving up this ramp and then hovering up to that area. Now, the most important part in these next 2 missions is that you do not die. It's the next mission more, like, mostly, but in this mission, you cannot die. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drive up the ramp, we're gonna do a hover. This is a little bit poor, so what we're gonna do, we can land here if we miss the angle. Just hover up here. Ideally, you'll want to hover into this area, like either up here or into the area where I'm about to jump. Because jumping into that area will just automatically trigger the cutscene, and then like you can get here out of it quickly. But that is basically, that's how you do destroy eggs. So now I didn't die, the mission should still be active. If we die, the Rescue Lurkers mission will no longer be active. It's still active there, so what we're going to do, we're going to jump through the portal. And now we're going to do Destroy Tower mission. So, I'm tired, good. So what we're going to do, just going to vibe, we're going to walk down here. The invisible wall kind of stops at a point down there, so we can just keep walking down until we find it, walk back up. It's important that we hold all the way forward here just to ensure that we don't actually fall off, because if we let go, it will start to slide. I'm not going to do that just in case it happens. I don't know if there's a viable way to recover it other than using the debug mode, but you know. What we can do, we can get to this like little lip thing here, we can jump. I held X there just in case. Because jumping lets the Titan suit kind of slow down like that. You can walk on the very, very edge of these just to not get burned. Gonna dismount the Titan suit. We're gonna just shoot these guys with the Vulcan Fury. If possible, try and hit that. Try and hit the switch. It is very possible to hit the switch with the Vulcan Fury, but if not, then that's completely fine. You can just roll jump over, spin the switch to get jammed in here, then you can turn the camera a little bit. Turn the camera a little bit just to face the other thing, and then that's both the switches. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take our time here. Now this should be about half an hour into the run, ish. So yeah, there's a lot of this stuff that I'm gonna take my time on trying to do. A lot of this stuff you'll have to do kinda quickly. Just it is very important that we do not die on this mission, because we will lose the Lurkers mission. Like, I actually cannot stress enough how like important it is not to die, so I'm gonna wait for the elevator. This room is the most annoying room, honestly. This room's the most annoying room, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna like, you know, we're gonna vibe, like, wait, okay. You can punch this guy if you like, but you know, see there. Okay, so pretty much what the game thinks it's helping you by auto-targeting the metalheads. The game thinks it's helping you by auto-targeting the metalheads. So what you can do, you can just let them hop on the Titan suit. Just let them hop on the Titan suit and just do your thing. You will take a little bit of damage, but just be careful with them. I think I managed to kill them all actually, so that's nice. Just waste a little bit of time, but the game will auto-target them if they're in your sight range. So say I'm about to Sid is a metalhead like in front of me right now. I'm going to punch this computer. It will auto-target this way instead to try and punch the metalhead. So just keep an eye out for that. So we've destroyed all the computer terminals. What we're going to do, we're going to make this very, very quick. This is the dangerous part, realistically. Oh, pardon me. This is the dangerous part, realistically, so I'm gonna wait for this fire to go down. Oh, that was a really high jump. I'm gonna have to hurry with this. There's a lot of like fast, very dangerous strats that you can do here, but I honestly, personally recommend doing safer strats, especially if you're a newer runner. You can just do some safer strats. These may look like very, very dangerous and complex, but like if you've seen what other runners do, then that's like the safest way you can probably do that. I'm gonna hover up here. We don't like elevators in this series, so we just hover over our problems. This is where the speech volume comes in handy. It skips the communicator thing, because the communicator thing where Cole goes, "Oh, another blow to the Baron," or whatever, right? You won't be able to enter the portal until that disappears. So without the speech volume, it doesn't appear at all. So you can just hop through the portal, and it just makes life a little bit easier. So because we didn't die, we're gonna go out of here, and we're gonna restart the mission. I'm gonna restart the mission, and that will put us right back here. Nice little warp, you know, very, very fancy. If you died there, you would have had to drive all the way back to poor Bruta. You know, poor Bruta just trying to live his life. You would have to drive all the way back there. Just waste a little bit of time. This is the last mission in the mid game, what I would consider. Just gonna shoot that. Let him get on. Once he's on, we're gonna drive. You know, revive. What we can do, we can shoot this guy to make him go a little bit faster. When he approaches the light, we're gonna shoot him. And then we're gonna do this. This lurker's gonna want to try and come towards us. Gonna let him. He will snap onto the vent instead of you, and he'll just run straight for the vent, saving us having to go pick him up. You know. So that's already 2 lurkers down. So what we can do. Relatively fast. Oops. We're going to do the very similar concept here. Where are they? The lurker is right here. So, similar concept. Let him hop on. Next lurker is close by. He's right here, so we can shoot to the left of him here. There's a chance the lurkers will go flying. I've had it where it's gonna let him snap. There you go, little stutter animation there. I've had it where a lurker has landed like around here, where I am now, because I shot the vehicle and it shot the lurker out this way. He automatically aggroed the vent, and it just which is nice and quick. So there's a way you can do that. I believe you just have to spam the Vulcan Fury for that, but I'm not too sure. So what we can do, we can shoot this guy a few times. Wait till he's about to turn the corner and then shoot him, because the lurker will land in that corner nice and safe. If the lurker lands in the water at all, by the way, the mission will fail. You'll have to do the whole thing again. This game is ruthless like that. So, oops. Gonna be relatively careful here because of the turret. I just find it easier to scattergun it. It will respawn though, so just keep that in mind. We missed a decent cycle because there's a chance the lurker would be on its way this way instead of already this way. It would be coming from this direction over here, so you can just shoot it down like here. Shoot it down like here, and then just pick up the lurker, just take him straight there. And then that is rescue lurkers. It's not the easiest mission in the world. I know a lot of people complain about it, but I don't find it that bad, honestly. But I see where they're coming from now. I do see where they're coming from. Yeah. We're gonna do the same thing we did before. Just drive through here. Jump out. Try not to blow the vehicle up in your face, that can happen. Just gonna roll jump into here, skip the cutscene. Pause the game, restart the mission, restart mission. And boom, 41 minutes in, roughly, we are in Class 1 race. Ugh, okay, that is basically where we're gonna start endgame. That's where we're gonna start the endgame of the run. So, yeah, this one was a lot shorter, about 20 minutes shorter, but there wasn't a lot of complex tomb stuff I had to talk about, you know? I spent a lot of time going over tombstones because the tomb is very, very important. It is probably where a lot of runners will spend most of their time. Also, the Baron was very cringe, but, you know. It's where a lot of runners will probably spend the large majority of their time, so, yeah. But thanks for stopping by, everyone. Check out all socials and stuff in the description. Check out Ricky in the description. He gave me the ideas for this, so... Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this. I hope it's very helpful. Let me know. Check me out on Twitch, I guess, because I tend to stream these types of runs over there as much as I can. Yeah, see you later.